Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper coming to you from the pipe rest, and a little bit different view today, mainly because of the type of video I'm doing. Smoking Cardboard, Steve over Smoking Cardboard did a video, I think it was today. By the way, I'm medley tea today, and I should get the housekeeping out of the way. I'm smoking my Nording today that I got at the Chicago Pipe Show, and guys, this pipe is just such a looker. I mean, just an awesome little pipe. I will tell you, I don't know that I like the button on it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's not a Nording thing. It's just my preference thing. And I'm so all my pipes are bent pipes, and with this coming straight up and it's a narrower type stem, it doesn't fit naturally in my mouth. But other than that, no, it's such a looker. We'll see how it goes, guys. But I mean, look at the finish on that. Just a really cool little pipe. I know I showed it before, but I'm just very in love with the way this pipe looks. Having said that, believe it or not, I am smoking BCA today from Lane, and just felt in kind of a desserty type mood. There's a guy on the Michigan Facebook page for pipe smokers. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's like Michigan Pipe Smokers or something. But his name's John, and every day, almost every day, he's posting on there. It's like, hey, having some BCA today in this, or having some BCA today in that. That and EMP, or early morning pipe. You know, it's always one of those two, and it cracks me up every time. He's a really good guy, he seems like, but it's always EMP and BCA. So, John, if you're watching, here you go, buddy. But no, I want to do basically it's a VR to Steve from Smoking Cardboard about, I think if I got it right, he's asking, you know, is there a difference between your favorite smoker and what you smoke the most? In other words, do you smoke your favorite smoker the most? And I can tell you, I really don't know the answer to that question. But I wanted to give it my best shot because it's a very interesting question. You can see up here, these pipes down here are my mostly smoked pipes. This second shelf here has 3 pipes on it, which is the K Woody I just got at the Chicago show, which I'll do another video because I'm not as in love with it as I was at the Chicago show. So we'll see if that one sticks around or not. The other K Woody I've got, which is a Church Warden, and then the Nording go on that shelf, and then on the top shelf I've got a couple of my Cobbs and my Goblin that I got from John over at Average John, and a couple of not customs, I can't remember the name of the shape now, but freehands, that's what they are. 2 freehands up there. One's a Grable, I can't remember what the other one is. But those are I like to keep them. I like them, they have their purposes. I just don't smoke them as much. But as far as these down here in the rack, these are my regular smokers. And you know, you guys have heard me say before, this Dr. Grabo Savoy is my favorite pipe. But there's more things to it that make it my favorite pipe than just the way it smokes. Because one of the things, if I could have it different, is I would have a bigger bowl in this. If I'm smoking on this pipe, usually I reload it before I'm done. So, great little smoker. Sorry guys, this is why I want to get a camera, because this phone's starting to act up and it just cuts out in the middle of recording. But anyway, loving this little smoker. But again, I love those thick walls, like on my Crescent that I showed you guys in the last video, which is right here. I love those thick walled pipes, but then it makes for a smaller pipe or a smaller chamber. So like I said, I can't tell you really what the best smoker is because there's so much that goes into that. For me, the biggest thing is, as long as it smokes, doesn't choke out, doesn't mute flavors, then it's more about the shape of the pipe. You know, the reason why I like this so much is I love that bent billiard or bent brandies are my favorite. and they just sit naturally. I'm a clencher, so it just sits naturally in my mouth, and I love it. So you got that one, and then the little Medico that I got from Pat Paladin Piper is almost identical, and same reason. It's just a nice little smoker. Again, I don't know if it's the best smoker, but it's a nice smoker. But the shape is comfortable. I like how it feels in the mouth. Now I can tell you, this, I really like it. It doesn't sit in the mouth well. Obviously, it sticks out a little longer. So the only thing keeping this around right now is the sheer artistry of it. It does smoke, smokes decent. So moving on, I got my matches Savinelli, Friday Savinelli. It's a good smoker. I mean, a lot of guys have these, and whether it's the matches edition or another one, this for me, I like it. It's a little bit chunky into clench, but it's just special to me. Again, I got this from Pat, and it's special to me for a couple reasons. One, because it's a matches pipe. Two, because I got it in a gall, and so it's going to stick around. I will tell you, and I know this isn't, I know a lot of guys are doing like, here's my whole pipe collection. I'm going to set this down. I'm not usually into those guys because I just feel like it's kind of bragging. Nothing against guys have done it. I mean, beautiful pipes, and I love watching them. I just don't want to brag about what I've got. Not that I've got anything that's, going to break the bank by any means, but for the purposes of this video, I did want to kind of explain some of this stuff. So this is my Peterson V42, and more of an apple shape. I like this one. This is my favorite one for if I have what I call a comfort blend. So something like Old Toby or Multidose, any of those kind of blends where it's just like, I'm going to be sitting for a while. I want a dessert blend just to sit here and soak in. This is the pipe. So for those nights, this is my favorite pipe. This is a great smoker for those. Autumn Evening is great in this, from Cornell and Deal. Autumn Evening is phenomenal in this pipe. But again, that depends on which kind. I'm not a big one on, I've got to have my Virginias in this pipe, and I've got to have, my Englishes in that pipe. The most I would do is on my Englishes or leaning towards English, like this English gentleman. I will try not to smoke those in the ones that I have like this, just because obviously it's going to be ghosted a little bit, which I don't have a huge problem with the ghosting. But moving on, my two Bones pipes, my bent brandy from Morgan Bones. This is a good smoker, very comfortable in the mouth. It's got that wide bit, that saddle bit, I think they call it. So again, I can clench it. This saddle bit is almost perfect. It's just a hair too thick, but to even say that seems a little drastic. I mean, that's being very, very picky. But again, it's a good smoker. It's a little bulky, but not like the apple I just showed you, but for a bent brandy or bent billiard, it kind of is. But yeah, it just sits well in the mouth as well. So now I get to the Rhodesian from Morgan Bones. I do like this one. It's a straighter pipe for me. I mean, obviously it's still bent, but again, it's got that saddle bit. This saddle bit's a little flatter, and sits well in the mouth. And this one actually is a really good, guys. Morgan Bones pipes. If you haven't been onto them yet, talk about value for the buck, bang for the buck, however you want to put it. Man, are you going to look elegant with something like this? No, but sorry, who gives a crap? I don't. It's just, they feel good in the hand. I got my first one from Nathan, which from Let My Camera Go, but that one's out in my car, and just haven't looked back since. And then of course I showed you guys this the other day, which was my Crescent. The one thing I can say about the Crescent is when I first started smoking, I didn't have the gurgling problem, but the guy that I got it from warned me that it did gurgle, and sure enough, and I get that with my bones sometimes, they'll gurgle a little bit, but I just, I keep a soft pipe cleaner next to my smoking chair, and if it starts to gurgle, I throw the pipe cleaner down there, let it sit for a second or two, and then pull it back out, and it's gone. And I only have to do that once, maybe if it's a long bowl, twice, but for the most part, that's a non-issue. So this one I will smoke more English type blends, or like Distinguished Gentleman, just because it's got a little Latakia in it. I'll smoke some of those in, are the ones that aren't as topped. And don't go back and check me on this, because I probably smoked something that was like Old Toby in this at one point. That's my goal. But it's just, like I said, it's solid. It reminds me a lot of a Stanwell. Stanwell has a lot of those thick-walled bowls. I can tell you the next pipe that I want to get is a bent brandy or bent billiard from Peterson. They've got a nice one on their Irish seconds on smoking pipes that I've been looking at. But my favorite in one day we'll have is the Peterson spigot that had, basically it's a bent brandy or bent billiard, I can't remember, but it's also a spigot, and they're just sharp and a smooth finish. I'm a sucker for smooth finishes. Like I just showed you the Morgan's Bones, they're rusticated, and I like that. I don't like it as much as I do the sophistication of a smooth finish with where the bird's eye and the briar is just popping out. But I'm also one of those guys that I want a pipe for different situations. So I kind of hit that in the beginning of the video. So there you have it. I don't know that I have a favorite pipe. I have pipes for moods, and when it comes to, is that a good smoker? Is that not a good smoker? Sorry. I don't know. I mean, all of my pipes seem like good smokers, I'll be honest with you. So I don't know if it's, I haven't been around long enough to find the defaults in them, or the defects in them, I should say, or if that's just the kind of smoker I am. It's one thing that I've come to realize, you guys have talked to or heard me talk about it before, is that once I let go of trying to be the smoker I thought I needed to be, and just being the smoker that I am, man, that was freeing, for lack of a better word. Just to not to worry about, I haven't smoked that much. I haven't smoked that many Englishes, or, I really need to look like this, or I really need to have this tobacco because everybody else has this tobacco. I've just been going my own road, and it's working so much better for me. And we've talked ad nauseum about that, guys, so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think I know that doesn't exactly answer your question, Steve, or maybe it does, just not in the way you're wondering. But I can tell you, if you're new or you're looking for pipes on a budget, what I just showed you, you're not going to get much better than those. Now there's, K Woody, Rattrays. They've got some good ones out there that are good prices too. But the Morgan Bones, the Dr. Graybos, they are great, especially for beginners. But here I am, year and a half or more later. I've smoked the crap out of that Graybo, and I still go back to it. So, if anybody turns their nose up to it, then well, good for them. They can go out and spend $1,200 on a pipe, but I'm having fun spending anywhere from $40 to $100 on a pipe. So, for me, they all tend to be good smokers. So, guys, I'm going to cut her off there. I hope you're all doing well. Until next time, You take care.